Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. And you know what? Before I forget this gentleman's name, his name is Dennis D'Satchmo Keating. Now, I think I got that right. Did I get that right?
Absolutely, 100%.
See, but I have to say it in the English accent because that's the only accent I know.
I love the English accent.
You like the English? How
Absolutely.
have you? Now, you haven't been on my show for some time. I want to know what's going on with your life. You're looking good, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've gone down 4 sizes, which is pretty good.
Wow.
And I just started to work out, so that's good. So.
That is good. Now, when you say 4 sizes, how many pounds is that?
I haven't noticed pounds, but I've noticed
sizes.
clothes fitting differently.
So in his wardrobe, he has the big and the medium and the small.
Right. So like a 42 waist to a 46 waist to a 42. So I'm going in the right direction.
That's great. You lost 4 inches.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
That's cool. Is that because you're working now?
Absolutely not. I gained a lot of weight during COVID.
I was going to say everybody did.
And then as I saw things starting to go in the upward trajectory, it's like, let's
get my act together.
Let's go ahead and do something. Right.
Yeah,
so I started to do something. And I just got back last week from a tour in Florida. Florida is wide open, lots of entertainment.
Wonderful.
And very well received, and I'm also invited back.
You're invited back.
Absolutely.
But you know what Dennis did? Dennis went all the way down to Florida where everything was open. That's a smart thing to do.
There you go.
That's a very smart. Why stay in Vegas when there's nothing open?
Right. I did do a few jobs here at 55 plus communities and assisted living facilities as they opened up. But not enough to make a positive impact.
Yeah, or impact, or keep your living going and everything else. Now, he's going to give me a couple of bars on this. You going to give me a couple of bars?
Sure. Would you like to hear them now?
Of course, I'd love to. I might ask a second time. I don't know.
When the pretty ladies go passing by, when the pretty ladies go passing by, oh my, yes, I want to be in that number.
All right,
when
Louis,
the pretty
go
ladies
for it,
go
Louis.
passing by, oh yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
You still do that so well, and you've done that for years, and it was a bit of an accident how you got into that, wasn't it?
Yes, it was an accident. I was hosting karaoke in Pahrump, which is about an hour and a half away from here.
Yeah.
And I had laryngitis. They wanted me to sing. And I couldn't really sing that evening, so I played the trumpet, sang a little bit of What a Wonderful World, and they wanted me to do it a week later. And at that time, it was like, I don't have laryngitis, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But a couple, it was their anniversary song, so they went ahead and tipped me $100, and I did the same thing. Played
but
trumpet.
that will sing anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got 3 kids getting ready to go to college back then.
Yeah.
So I played trumpet and sang part of it like I did. And I did that for 6 months until I could sing the entire song, which is 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And now any song I know I can do in Louis's voice.
In Louis's voice. And do you like doing it now?
I do. I really enjoy it. And I go back to the day when I had high school jazz band for a year, and I received the Louis Armstrong Jazz Band Trumpet Award because I went on to music in college. And a lot of that was put on the back burner, raising a family.
Wow.
You know, had to get a real job.
Of course, yes. You've got to do something.
Support the young ones.
Yes.
And I took an early retirement from Clark County as a supervisor in 2011 and have been doing music as much as I can ever since.
Have you been very widely perceived out there? People sort of like the way you do it and what you do? And
It's very well received. Any venue I do, whether it's young kids at school, you know, during Black History Month, churches, or out in the clubs and on the stage here in Vegas.
I think people forget that, you know, when you're a performer, you can actually perform in many places. You said over 55s you can perform at. Schools you can perform at.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of places that I don't think people reckon. They always think they've got to be in the clubs or the showrooms or that, but not necessarily.
Right. And one most memorable performance I did was over a year ago. So it was July 5th, over a year ago. July 4th, I played at an assisted living facility. A couple came up and said, my mom loves exactly what you did.
Oh.
It was a 4th of July show. So I gave her some of my memorabilia since I didn't need it anymore. and they said she turns 100 tomorrow.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
I
That was
said,
worth it.
Let's see if I can clear it to come back tomorrow and sing her happy birthday.
Oh.
And they offered me monetary compensation, and I said, you can't get enough money for what I just did. I got so much more back in my heart for singing for someone on their 100th birthday. Who can say they've done that?
They've
Not
done
many
it.
people.
Not many people have reached 100.
Yeah.
You know who else was 100? Hal Roach.
Oh, right.
Hal Roach, he was 100 and a half. I gave him 5 birthday parties. I gave
Beautiful.
him one at the Smithsonian, one at the Woodland Hills Hospital, one at the Bel Air Country Club, and one in Culver City where he had his studio, and the other one, I think I mentioned the Smithsonian Bird Sanctuary.
Wow.
I gave him all those he was a very good friend of ours. And then after we gave him all those birthdays, he's called me up. He says, Ninon, he says, you haven't put a birthday party together for me on my actual birthday.
Oh, no.
So I had 10 days to get a birthday party together for him with all his friends, and it ended up like 200 or 300 people.
Beautiful.
And it was, but not many people are 100.
No, and speaking of birthdays, I turned the big 6-0 in the middle of August, so maybe you'll have a celebration for me.
So we'll have a celebration. You've got another 40 years to go. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know about you.
Oh, you'll make it.
I'll make it?
Yes.
All right.
For
I'm
this
gonna make
labor
it.
of love, you'll make it
There
and surpass that number.
There you go. So what have you got coming up now? Anything coming up?
Tomorrow evening, which is the 17th, which is St.
Yes.
Patrick's Day, a wonderful group in town. They're new. They're called Crooners, Inc.,
Yes.
and they do a lot of the oldies, and they'll be performing at the Mint tomorrow evening, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. They still have tickets left for the 10 o'clock show, and they've asked me to be a guest performer on both shows, so
wonderful.
I'll be there. It's a Dean Perry production, and the
I think
people,
I just got an invite for that.
oh, the people there are wonderful.
Yeah,
We've
they
got
just invited me there.
Teresa Mala, we've
Yeah.
got Johnny Bird, we've got JC
Oh, Johnny
Lopez.
Bird. I know Johnny Bird, yes.
We've got Tony and Dean himself.
Oh,
And
how
It's
fabulous.
a wonderful show. I was also a guest artist on their Valentine's Day show.
So maybe I'll try to pop down there and see the show.
Yeah, they're going to be, on the Vegas stage here. The big stage is here pretty quick. Once we
Yes.
reopen.
Once we reopen. What are we open now? We're open, what, 50-50 now?
50%, and I don't see showrooms opening up until we're 100%.
No, not until 100%. It's not really. I was at a function, a little show on Sunday, and it was, it was this 50-50, and there was people sitting here and there. It was, the atmosphere just didn't make it. It just didn't,
Right. I've even done a strolling show at La Ventanas Retirement Community.
What's a strolling show? Huh?
I had portable speaker and my microphone, and I walked outside the buildings, and people looked out their windows or came outside, and I sang for an hour and a half.
How beautiful!
Yeah,
just to anybody.
Just to anybody, just because.
And you were playing your trumpet on Louis Armstrong.
I didn't have the trumpet that day because I had to carry speakers.
All the speakers and everything else, but you did the Louis
Right.
Armstrong thing.
Yeah, I did a driveway
Is that the
party.
only thing you do now?
No, I sing anything from the Big Bopper all the way through,
Well, give me a big bopper.
Oh, geez.
Put him on a spot.
Put me on spot. Let's see.
Yeah, but you know a big bopper.
Hello, baby. This is a Big Bopper speaking. So,
That's
Chantilly
good, see?
lace, right?
Good.
Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail.
I love it. All
Yeah.
these songs. It's fabulous.
But
You love what you do, don't you?
oh, I absolutely do, because people
tell, can't
people
you?
enjoy what I do, and that's so much more to get back. Seeing people smile, seeing people be able to tap their hand or their foot,
yeah, the body starts working.
or
the
let
body
out a
starts-
scream if
Yeah.
they can't move any other body parts.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
this is-
I do songs in my voice, and then I go into Louis Armstrong, and people are like amazed.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like a little Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
And now the end is near.
And so I face the final curtain.
oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So there are a lot
you
of-
can change them at any time.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes,
you do that?
I can do that.
So when you see your audience getting a little bored, which I'm quite sure they never do, it just changes the voice.
There you go. And they're shocked.
All right, I'll get you. You don't like that one, I'll get you on this one.
I did one show recently, and it was the first time.
I love it.
It was the first time experiment where I went out there and started singing as Louis Armstrong. I mentioned the next song I was going to sing, or a little story about Louis Armstrong. And then the final song, which was after What a Wonderful World,
Yeah.
I did Feeling Good by Michael Bublé. And I started to sing in Louis's voice.
Yeah.
And then I turned and faced the other side of the audience and put a hat on and started singing my voice, and that was the first time the audience knew
Ever saw
that my
had
voice
no-
was different.
Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.
Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel.
It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new day for me.
And I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling
you so much.
great. That's amazing. You know, sometimes I don't think people realize the talent you do have.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And
I don't think they realize because you have a beautiful natural voice. Your Bublé voice is more of your natural voice.
correct, yeah, more of me.
Absolutely, yes. But it's just, you sound just like Bublé.
And I was blessed with the voice. The Louis Armstrong came by trial and error, but
Yeah, you were definitely blessed.
I stuttered every word through senior in high school.
Really?
So I could never perform in a play other than in the chorus part or in the orchestra.
So you develop your talent through that.
Now I can do everything. So
Very talented young man, Dennis. You are absolutely
you.
amazing, absolutely wonderful. How can anybody reach you and how can they book you?
they can reach me on Facebook under Dennis D'Satchmo Keating. They can certainly call me at 702-741-9385. Or they can email me at dsatchmo@dsatchmolasvegas@gmail.com.
So just D'Satchmo. Absolutely amazing.
D'Satchmo.
Thank you so much for coming on my show. You enhance my show, and we're getting out there. You know, we're now doing the iPods. We're doing. We're all over the place right now. We're going to be on Ruco and all that stuff. So everything's really moving forward.
Well,
and it's just wonderful.
thank you so much for having me on your show. I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you keeping artists of all types in the forefront
Yes,
of
they-
everyone's mind
they
here,
need it.
especially during the COVID.
Yeah, they definitely need it. So anybody out there would like to come on our show, just come on. It's for free. We don't charge anything. You get yourself out there. You get all the PR. You get all the social media. You get everything we can put out there for you. And we are here to help. That's what we do.
And an update on my good friend
Yes.
and mutual friend, Miguel Guidos,
Oh, how is
DJ Miguel.
DJ Miguel.
He's 6 months out of the hospital,
Okay.
and he's improving daily, but not much. He can walk a couple hundred feet, but not with, and then he has to have the oxygen tank. So.
He has it pretty hard. It hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, he was in the hospital, I believe, 35 days.
Something like that.
Yeah.
For some unknown reason, he really got it bad, but at the same time, he did survive and he did come out of it. So all we
Absolutely.
have to do is give him little prayers and give him work to do, because I think he's out there. He's done a couple of things.
He's trying to get
he's
back
getting
out there.
And of course, we wish him all the best.
He works within his element and his health, but certainly being missed in Vegas as a big time
Absolutely.
DJ artist. So.
Yeah, he was a big time hand. He's going to come back as a big time too.
Absolutely.
And everybody else out there, I wish all of you the best, but you've got to really work hard. You've got to put yourself out there and come on the show, and we'll help you do whatever we can. Dennis, you're amazing. Isn't he wonderful? Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank your entire staff.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
that.
well. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.